We want to take a deeper dive into that breaking news out of Richmond, Virginia. Police stopping an apparent mass shooting plot at a 4th of July event, and it was all thanks to a good Samaritan. Police announcing the arrest this afternoon of two men, Julio Alvarado Dubon and Roman Balacarcel. So far, they are being held without bond on charges of a non-citizen in possession of a weapon. Now, police found 2 assault rifles, 1 handgun, and 223 rounds of ammunition. So joining us here on NewsNation Rush Hour for his first interview since today's press conference on that stopped plot, Richmond Mayor Levar Stoney. Mayor Stoney, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, based on what happened Monday here in Illinois, we know this certainly could have ended very differently. Mayor, tell us, what do we know about these 2 men and what they had planned?
Well, I would say I'm thankful for the hero citizen who called in and because they heard something. They heard these 2 individuals who were potentially plotting to cause mass casualties and mass chaos in the city of Richmond during our 4th of July fireworks show. And that call led us to the police department to visit their home. Once they visited, they found these weapons of war that were going to be used on human lives, and were able to actually apprehend these individuals before death would have come to any of the individuals who were attending that fireworks event.
All right, well, let's talk more about that potential plot. So how do we know that these men were targeting something to happen on Monday, on 4th of July?
Well, what we've been able to garner from at least talking to the citizen who called in, and at least it was confirmed by those who were doing the investigation, that these individuals had a plan to come to what we call the Dogwood Dell, which is an annual event for us, and actually commit these crimes. And when we go to the home, we find that there are weapons of war inside the residence. And we were able to apprehend one of those individuals right there on the spot, but we were able to follow and use some surveillance on the other individual and apprehend him after the fact. And now both of them are in custody.
All right, Mayor, I want to go back to their charges. They're being held without bond, charges of a non-citizen in possession of a weapon. So we know that these men are not U.S. citizens. We know that their charges obviously are reflecting that. Do we know, Mayor, where they're from, how they got into the country?
I do not have details on where they are from, where their point of origin is. I do not know how they got into the country as well. Don't have any of that information. However, we've been working with our partners in the federal government, whether it's the FBI, but also Homeland Security, on that matter right there as well. And so bottom line, what we are thankful for is, first, a hero citizen, a resident of the city of Richmond who heard something and did something. We always say, if you see something, say something. This individual picked up the phone, called over to one of our police precincts, and then our officers were able to do their job, great police work after the fact, and put these individuals into custody.
Oh, obviously, absolutely. Certainly great work by that citizen, that good Samaritan, great work by law enforcement there. Let's get back to these 2 men who are now being held, who are now behind bars. Do we have any idea, Mayor, on their motivation?
No, we don't. We do not have any idea of what their motive is just yet. And that's why this is obviously continues to be an ongoing situation. I just think about, and my heart goes out to those who were at the 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois, and those who were in Uvalde and in Buffalo. Unfortunately, this is happening way too many times in our country. We're now in an age in which mass shootings makes us numb to the fact that this is occurring in our country. And so today, I would like to just take the point to call on members of Congress. I appreciate what they've done. They can pat themselves on the back, Republicans and Democrats. But this is not the way that Americans, young and old, should have to live in any of their communities, no matter where they live in this country.
And Mayor, obviously, because of what happened, in Highland Park, we know that this threat is real. What happened in Uvalde, obviously, these mass shootings can and do happen. But, I know also investigators get a lot of calls every day. Do you know what possessed them? How did they know that this tip was real? And then obviously they went and checked it out, and it did turn out to be legitimate.
Well, a lot of times you're right. We get folks who call in with pranks and hoax all the time. But our police department did their due diligence. They followed up. They visited the home, and when they visited the home, come to find out there were weapons of war inside of 2 assault rifles and almost 200 plus pieces of ammunition that could have been used on innocent individuals just attending a 4th of July fireworks show. And so, like I said, I tip my hat off to the Richmond Police Department for doing great police work, but also I tip my hat off to the community as well. This one individual who called in, who was brave enough to say, you know what, something doesn't seem right, something seems a little fishy. I hope it's a model for a number of citizens all across this country to actually pick up the phone. If they see something, say something.
Absolutely. Mayor, is there any plan in place to potentially reward that Good Samaritan? I don't know if they remained anonymous or not.
I don't know the name of the individual yet. I hope they recognize that we have been giving them some shout outs, nationally across this country as well. But I'm hopefully the individual will come forward, or we will find the individual and we can sort of recognize them in the proper way.
And Mayor, before we let you go, in light of what did just happen Monday, what did happen at a holiday celebration, this was planned for a holiday celebration in your city. What was your reaction when you learned about this?
Well, when I first heard about this, I was obviously in shock, but also recognize that we are in a time and a place where, gun violence has become way too prevalent. We deal with the day-to-day gun violence that has harmed Black and brown communities, but also harms the suburbs, the cul-de-sacs and suburbs and rural areas as well. And so I was obviously shocked, but I'm grateful and appreciative of that hero citizen caller who called in this incident, but also the Richmond Police Department for dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
Absolutely. Great work all around on this. Richmond, Virginia Mayor Levar Stoney, we thank you so much for speaking with us. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.